Hey, Coach, I'm so happy you found us on YouTube. Make sure you go over and subscribe and like, go down below, hit the bell up above if you want to make sure you get anything else coming. Also, make sure you go over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. If you're looking to become a better basketball coach, if you're looking to take it to the next level, that's why I started it to help you become a better basketball coach. And if you're looking to take it to the next level and get full season access, you're looking for our complete library. You're looking for 2 memberships and my full library. Go over to hit wintheseason.com. Wintheseason.com. You can get teachhoops.com. You can get full season access, everything we do in our program that has made us one of the top programs in the country. And then you get my full library with the funnel down defense, rule of 3 offense, everything you would want. Go over and check it out, wintheseason.com, and have a great day. Or all right, welcome to High School Hoops. Today we're going to talk about transition defense. But before we do that, I'd like to give a big shout out to our sponsors. First of all, Dr. Dish, the #1 shooting machine on the market, bar none. Go over and check it out. Mention the podcast, mention Coach Collins, mention Teachhoops, mention anything, and they'll give you $450 off. And then also go over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. Might be gone by this time. I don't know how long the program is going to take. But anyway, we are getting rid of the 6-month and the yearly subscription. So if you're thinking of joining one of those, I'd go over and do that ASAP. Just because we are kind of we're going to increase the price on the monthly, and just because we haven't in a really long time. And then we're going to have a second option where you can get 2 memberships and my full library, which is a kind of a great resource. Everything I keep adding to it, and you'll have access to both of those. So go over and check that out soon. It was what I'd say, because everything's going to be changing. All right, so today, transition defense. It's an interesting.
Somebody referred to me in a text message, Vinny Johnson. I didn't know who Vinny Johnson was.
Really?
The microwave? What is that?
You don't know who the microwave is?
Yeah.
Oh my God. He played for Detroit. You
Yeah.
don't know who?
Any
Yeah.
good?
Yes, he was very good. Yes. I don't remember what years he played.
He was one of the best bench players, most important members of the Detroit
Oh
Pistons.
yeah.
Oh, that's why, because one of my younger players came off. Now I got the reference. That's a good reference.
And he got it from Danny Ainge named him.
Okay. So he's like keeping him in the microwave till you want to use it, right? Or is
right.
that? Yeah. Now I get the reference.
Yeah.
All right. Coach, call out to Mark Maley, state champion in 2023 with the great reference. So
yes,
as anybody knows that I took over a program that won the state title last year, but luckily the other coach and I are like really good friends. We go out for coffee and stuff. It's been really
has he
cool.
been helpful?
Awesome. He's 70 years old, but loves just helping out and stuff.
That's awesome. Yeah.
So got to have mentorship.
Hey, I'll do that. I'll do that from Florida for you, or wherever I am, California.
But it's just nice. He always gives me positive feedback, and it's great. Not many people get that situation when you get a new job. You
need mentors. You need mentors,
and especially somebody that knows the kids. And
teachhoops.com, full season access.com. Yes.
So that's made my life way easier, and just enriching. And it's always just nice to talk to people that love the game as much as you do. It's awesome.
Right. I think it is.
We do here, right?
I know. It's awesome.
Do we do our sponsors yet?
We did.
Okay.
You weren't listening. You weren't listening. It's transition defense. I already told everybody.
Sorry, the microwave got in the way. The microwave got in the way.
So transition defense. How do you like?
So I will tell you, I'm mad at myself because we played a really good team last week and they beat us up and down the court a lot more than I expected, and I shouldn't have expected it, or I assumed that we were going to be able to do a better job, and I did not prepare my team the way that I should. And I even told my team that. And sometimes I think it's important that you just have these honest conversations with your team and say, hey, we should have worked on this more. We move forward, this and that. I think it's important as a coach to be vulnerable and authentic with your players and let them know, guess what? As coaches, we're always trying to better ourselves too.
I'm going to tell you last night, it was, I'm going to be honest with my guys tonight when I go to practice. I'm going to be 100% honest. And I'm going to say to them, so we were down 2 with 6 seconds to go, and I didn't call a timeout. And I'm going to tell them 2 reasons. First of all, maybe I didn't rep it enough. That's on me. We've got we got a couple plays that we run. So that's on me. Maybe we haven't repped it enough. Second one is I didn't trust that you were going to run what I was going to call, and that we would have had a turnover. So we ended up having a turnover anyway. We pushed the ball up fast. We fumbled it. They got it back, whatever. So I will take that. I had a restless night's sleep because maybe I didn't do something. So I'll jump on that sword and say that's my fault. Okay, I'll take that. My fault. It's not my fault. We were 6 wherever, 23 from the free throw line or whatever, and missed 3 front ends. But I think you're right. I think being authentic is very important. And when you
We've
make a
been talking.
mistake, you have to tell them. Transition
I
defense.
even do that when I do film. I even showed we were watching film on Tuesday, and I mean, against that game, and I showed them how I watched me myself coach, and when I call a timeout, and I watched how the momentum went back in our favor, and I said I should have did that again because they had a momentum shift, and I'm like, even I look at myself and what I do as a coach, how I can better, where I should call my timeouts and stuff like that. Like,
Right.
you're in it together. I think you just got to be, again, authentic. But back to transition defense, I remember a couple of years ago I watched Buzz Williams speak, and he talked about that 20% of the game is advantage disadvantage. So that's our points scored off of advantage or
And we're
disadvantage.
bad this year. We're not very good at that window of, the game is all that. And I've heard someone say this. The game is offense, defense, transition to offense, transition to
Yeah,
defense.
you've said that before too.
And it's so true.
It
And
is
I
very
don't
true.
work. I have not worked this year enough on transition from offense to defense and defense to offense.
Yep. And so that is one goal that I have for myself in the month of right now. And I'm talking, we pre-record these in winter break, is just start to think about how I can better do that. And so my question to you is, like, what have you done, or what do you suggest for transition defense?
Well, first of all, I don't send. I mean, if it's a team like one of the teams in our league, I'll only send 2 to the offensive glass, and you got to practice that. Usually, I'll send 3 to 4 to the offensive glass pretty hard. So I think big part of transition D is now. One of my assistants and I always argue about this. I'm convinced the shooter should not follow their shot. Because I told him every shot I shot was going in, so why would I follow it? That's the first thing. And I always feel like sometimes the shooter should be the one that's back. Um, Again, I go back and forth between that, but I definitely think you have to rep it, and you have to make sure that you're not sending too many to the offensive glass, or you're going to have some problems. I think. What do you think?
Yeah, so that would be definitely, I would have, and when looking at it, I would have probably sent almost everyone back the way that the transition is happening, to be honest with you.
Right.
Um, and like, I don't think I repped it enough. I have to
Yeah,
rep it more.
you do.
And make it as real as it can be. But I also think the hardest thing too is, let's say that you have your top 5 players going against your other 5, that transition piece is not as good as going against somebody else that their transition is really good.
Yeah,
So I
I
think
know.
one
It's
of the
because your
it's
second
kind of
5 is not as good as the teams you're
and it's not
playing.
nothing
No.
towards the second group. It's just the reality of the game, right? It's not going to ever be the same. When you start playing a team that's really good at transition, that speed, when you play a really good team, the speed is just like immensely different in how you
Yeah.
replicate it,
Well, and the athleticism and the physicality, all of that is different.
So there's a part of me that, like, okay, so what, there's a part of me that I start to think, maybe as I'm brain diving with you today on this podcast, is like, maybe when we do some transition stuff, I have to intermingle my squads
Yep.
to make,
So what I do is I break them up even.
yeah.
I do.
So
I think
that's one
that's
thing that I'm going to try to do, is to break up my transition group stuff and even,
Yeah.
And then just because then it creates a better balance of speed and
Right.
coverage.
And I think it's okay to do that. I really do think it's okay to do that. I think people don't do that enough, actually, the breakup even. The problem is it's like, yeah, you want to rep with your I always think the day before a game, you got to rep with your guys, like your top seven or whatever you're gonna play the majority of the minutes. But other days, it's okay to break as even as you can. Um, just because I think it makes your bench better and it kind of
Yeah, that's another thing I need to do is break that, and maybe that will help, especially in mid-year. That but we become very monotonous.
yes.
It becomes
Yes.
very mundane, and having a different group of players that you're playing with or a different feel, a different group
Right.
makes it more exciting, more competitive.
It does. It definitely makes it more competitive. But going back to the transition defense, I think again, what we said for the last couple of weeks, it's whatever you emphasize. You can always have at
Do you
least one.
do a lot of drills out of it? How do you approach it?
No,
Like,
I do it like I. So what I've been doing is again, what talking about that transition from offense. I do a lot of two trips down back, and then I'll
yeah,
switch,
yeah,
especially when I have even groups. So offense against defense, and then they'll go the other way, and then we switch it. So they got to transition each direction
yeah.
from offense to defense or from defense to offense. So I want him. So it's like go down, do a one trip down and then switch it and then go back the other way. So everyone's getting kind of reps. You're not going up and down.
So how do you start the how do you start the progression?
What do you mean?
So like a transition. So like, do you
Call.
start with advantage, disadvantage? Like, do you call someone's name? They have to touch the baseline.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll put the ball down. I'll put people at half court, and then whoever gets the rebound outlets to them. So they got a transition that they become offense. So it gives them, yes, it's all those constraints and those advantages, disadvantages, I think. Kind of is what helps, I think, quite a bit.
Right. Okay.
All right. All right. Anything else, coach?
No, I'm getting tired.
I know you are. All right. Till next week. Hey, coach, I hope you like this. Make sure you go over and check out Teach. Make sure you subscribe and like. Make sure you go over, leave some comments if you have any questions or anything like that. I'm here to help. I'm here to serve. Go over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. The one-stop membership for everything that you would need. And if you're looking to take it to the next level, you're looking for a mentor, you're looking for my own boxer, you're looking for everything, my library, everything that's included, go to winthisseason.com. Talk to you soon.